I always believed that choosing a pet was a decision people made with careful thought. Then I met Fitz, and I realized sometimes the animal makes that decision long before you do. I had only planned to spend a little time at the local shelter. There wasn't a checklist in my hand or a specific cat I wanted to adopt. I simply wanted to meet the animals and maybe brighten my day. But before I even had the chance to look around properly, one tiny tuxedo kitten had already spotted me. Instead of waiting behind the enclosure like the other cats, Fitz marched straight over. The second I crouched down, he climbed onto my leg without the slightest hesitation. Before I knew it, he had worked his way up my jacket and curled himself inside the hood behind my neck. I gently placed him back on the floor, thinking it was a funny accident. Seconds later, he climbed right back up. After the third attempt, I couldn't ignore the message anymore. Fitz had already made his choice, and somehow I had too. Bringing him home felt surprisingly natural. He didn't spend hours hiding under furniture or nervously exploring one room at a time. Instead, he wandered through the house as if he had lived there forever. Every corner became his playground, and every object became something worth investigating. What surprised me most was his endless energy. Fitz wasn't the kind of cat who spent all day sleeping in sunny windows. He chased leaves blowing across the yard, pounced on sticks like they were wild animals, and leapt through the air with unbelievable confidence. Watching him play felt more like watching an athlete than an ordinary house cat. Of course, introducing him to Coco was the moment I worried most about. Cats and dogs don't always become friends overnight, so I expected a slow adjustment. Instead, they completely ignored my expectations. Within minutes, they were comfortably sharing the same space, sniffing each other with curiosity instead of fear. Before long, they were inseparable. Their friendship became one of my favorite things to watch. Fitz didn't treat Coco like something to avoid. He chased after her, copied her movements, and even invented his own funny way of running that looked more like a tiny horse than a cat. Every play session ended with both of them completely exhausted and ready for a nap. Because Coco joined me on almost every outdoor adventure, it didn't take long before I started wondering if Fitz could come too. Most people don't imagine taking a cat kayaking, but Fitz had never been an ordinary cat. I built him a simple floating platform using a cooler, pool noodles, and a few weights to keep everything balanced. Honestly, I wasn't sure what would happen the first time I placed him on it. I expected panic or hesitation. Instead, Fitz calmly looked around, stretched out, and made himself comfortable. It was as though he had been enjoying boat rides his entire life. Since then, whenever I take the kayak onto the lake, Fitz happily rides behind me on his little floating island, quietly watching birds, fish, and everything happening around him. At home, his routine is just as predictable. During the middle of the day, he disappears into one of his favorite hiding places for hours of uninterrupted sleep. But long before sunrise, usually around 4 in the morning, he's ready to start another adventure. If I'm still asleep, he'll make sure that doesn't last very long. People often ask how I trained him to walk without a leash. The funny part is that I never really trained him at all. Coco did. Fitz simply watched her, copied what she did, and slowly learned that staying close meant every adventure continued. It wasn't obedience, it was trust, built one walk at a time. There are still moments that make my heart race. Whenever Fitz disappears into tall grass chasing a squirrel or darts into the woods after something only he can hear, everything suddenly becomes quiet. For a few seconds, I hold my breath. Then, just as quickly as he vanished, he comes racing back with the same carefree confidence he left with. Living with Fitz has reminded me that the best friendships often arrive when we aren't searching for them. I thought I was visiting a shelter to spend an afternoon with animals. Instead, I walked away with a companion who transformed everyday life into something far more exciting. Every leap, every early morning wake-up call, every kayaking trip, and every quiet moment beside Coco have become part of a story I never expected to live. Fitz may have entered my life by climbing onto my shoulder, but he ended up finding a permanent place in my heart. If Fitz's incredible journey made you smile, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more unforgettable animal stories. Sometimes the family you never planned for turns out to be the one you needed most.